So today I want to speak to parents and teachers of teenagers. I've worked with teenagers for quite some time as a teacher. I've seen the frustration and the confusion sometimes parents go through trying to deal with their children who are teenage. And at some point, even parents call me and say, "You talk to him, he listens to you." And the reality really is that many of us barely know our teenagers, with many students beginning boarding school as early as 10 years. Most teenagers ideally live at school and they visit home. And because they're in school for like 9 months and they're at home for 3 months, and that time is enough for them to raid your fridge and exhaust your Wi-Fi. That can be very annoying. So what really makes teenagers still look up to you as a parent, as a mentor, as a role model, and not just as an income generating project? The answer is relationship. I'm not a professional psychologist, but over the years I've noted some insights or some thoughts that I would love to share with you that are very key when you're dealing with a teenager. And the first thing is that teenagers are super honest. They are brutally honest. When they are listened to, especially, teenagers don't sugarcoat it. They haven't mastered the art of lying with a straight face like many adults will do. Ask them, "How do I look?" And they will respond, "Terrible." No filter. And as shocking as it may seem, this honesty is their language. They criticize everything and everyone, including themselves. If you listen to them without judgment, then you can be sure they will tell you who they are, what they are struggling with, where they want to go, what exactly they want, and such things. And once they feel heard and listened to, they will also listen to you. Remember, listening is not waiting for your turn to lecture them. It is showing genuine interest in their world, no matter how small and silly it seems. And the second thing is that teenagers define their life by their future, while adults define it by their past. You've noticed how quick adults are to say "when I was," or to start every conversation with "when I was your age, when I was in school," and then what follows is an action-packed story about how they went to school swimming across crocodile-infested rivers and trekking to school and eating stony githeri with paraffin. And as much as these stories are entertaining, remember your teenager is navigating their own challenges too. And just because their struggles don't involve crocodiles and paraffin doesn't mean they're insignificant. And you can't amplify your challenges without talking about theirs. They're dealing with peer pressure, social media drama, and exams that are scary and can break them. Instead of dismissing their struggles and amplifying yours, show them how their decisions and struggles today shape their future or their tomorrow. Meet them where they are and work with them to want the future. It's also important, especially for teachers, to note this one. Be unpredictable. Keep them on their toes. Teenagers are mischievous and by nature, and sometimes they'll deliberately try to offend you just to see how you react. Remember, you are the adult here. Whether it's through snarky comments or unfinished work and assignments, they are testing your patience. And here is the trick, really. Don't take the bait. If you get angry, they win. If you smile it off, you confuse them. And next time they try to push your buttons, maybe you could try to smile when they expect you to explode. Be sarcastic when they expect you to lecture them, or even respond with kind harshness, leaving them wondering whether they are in trouble or not. The goal is to stay one step ahead of their games. Trust me, when they realize you can be easily rattled, they will be the ones thrown off balance. And lastly, and very key, is be very consistent. Your word is your bond. Teenagers hate inconsistency, especially from adults. If you promise something and don't deliver, you become a joke to them. If you gave your child a phone at 10 years and don't just snatch it away at 14 without a clear explanation, because to them that does not mean discipline, it actually means you don't love them anymore. And yes, many of us were raised on tough love, where the king worked miracles. But I mean, times have changed. Relationships matter more now than ever. This doesn't mean being permissive, really. It's important for you to be firm, but also understanding, being intentional and communicative. And these insights might not work for every teenager, to be honest. It's not a one-size-fits-all, but they will work for most of the teenagers. The key is really to build a relationship that is based on trust, consistency, and mutual respect. If you take the time to connect with your teenager, you'll be amazed by the person they become. And before I forget, I've put all these lessons and more in my book titled Navigating Teenage. If you would like a copy, reach out to me on my social media platforms. The name is Tony Itabari, and you will get your copy.